Bethany, and I actually took the day off from training, so I wanted to do a quick video on some nutrition tips that I thought might be helpful for some of you through things that I've tried and things that I believe in, and maybe some things that I don't. So maybe I'll go over 3 to 5 things that I believe in and some things that I think you should steer clear of. So the first thing I would say to find something as far as nutrition, people are always like, what diet, what should I do, how should I eat? My general advice to that, number one, is do what's going to work best for you, something that you can stick to. So it's got to be a lifestyle change or you're not going to do it. If you work great off of like a keto diet, if you work good off of just eating smaller portions, like if you're someone that overeats, maybe think about doing smaller portions in foods. If you're someone that has a backed up gut, like you bloat a lot and this and that and the other thing, you just don't feel good, maybe you should really think of like a gluten dairy free diet that might work good for you. Maybe it's, hey, it works great for me not to eat after 6. So number one, I would say just do something that you're going to sustain, something that is achievable, something that you really can get on board with. If you'd like to count your macros, count your macros. If you know what a macro is, some people don't even know what that means. Some people like to count calories. So that's just general advice. Like, do something that you're going to be able to do. Secondly, I would say make sure you are actually fueling your body. So people get really turned off by food, meaning they think that you have to go on a diet. Like, I'm on a diet, so that's what's making... I need to lose weight, let me jump on a diet. So they jump on one of these fad diets to try to drop weight, and they don't properly fuel themselves, especially if you're going to start doing like exercise. You don't just like cut your calories way back, start exercising hardcore. You're going to start, I promise you, you'll start having bodily issues, with cell turnover, with energy, all these things. So make sure you fuel your body properly. So number one, find something that you can stick to. 2, fuel your body, actually eat. And number 3, just to add on to those things, the quality food is important. So have nutrient dense food. You even if you're doing something like calorie counting, and I have this goal of eating 1,700 calories a day, but you eat 1,700 calories worth of Snicker bars, it's probably not the best thing. Perhaps you would lose weight if you burn more calories than you take in. That's science. You do lose weight. But you could change the composition of your body too that way. If you're eating high sugar, you can get more fat you'll be like a more skinny fat person. So I would take all these little fads and different ways to get to your goal with a grain of salt. And again, goes back to kind of number one, find what works for you and something that you could stick to. So if you want to calorie count, I would still make sure that you're having quality, nutrient dense foods, or in any diet, whether you're calorie counting, keto, paleo, Atkins, there's so many things. Eat for your blood type, like make sure you're eating. Okay, so something that you can stick to, I had to write them down, taking notes for you guys. Fuel your body, quality of food, and fourth, I'm going to say don't punish yourself. Meaning, if you fall off the wagon, or if you set yourself up with some sort of program or diet that you're following, and you eat something outside of that, don't hate yourself for it. Let it go. You're an adult. You're not going to sit in time out because you went through the drive-through and you promised yourself you weren't going to do it. Just say, I screwed up. It's not the best thing for me, but tasted good. It's over with, and next meal I'm going to choose something better. Instead of like, I feel like if you dwell on it, all of a sudden it's like spirals even worse out of control. You'll take like a whole week of just binging, and then you're like, ugh, feel really guilty, and then you jump back on it and you try to go hardcore again. So here it goes back up to number 1. Was that even sustainable? Just let me make sure I jot that down. A little key to myself too. Yeah, don't punish yourself if you make a mistake, or ate 6 or a whole pack of Oreos. So something that you can maintain, fuel your body, quality of food is important. Don't punish yourself if you make a mistake. And I think the 5th thing of advice I would say, and this is all just general, so it's not, if I were planning nutrition for somebody, I'm not a nutritionist, but I've studied a lot about nutrition. And if you tell me like your usual eating habits and then what's going on with you, I can probably help give you great nutrition guidance. But the last thing I would say is, so I just got interrupted the second time in like 15 minutes. Ugh. And look. Hello? I'm never kid-free. Ever. Ever. I love my children. Don't get it twisted, but I kind of need some time to myself. And maybe that's what these vlogs and these videos in our group is really good for me, is that I get to kind of hang out with other women and hopefully pass on some knowledge that I've learned over the years. A lot right along with me, getting myself back to being healthy, like healthy mentally, because working out is very mentally refreshing for me. Okay, so my 5th little tidbit is going to be what I like to call the 80-20 method. I like to follow things 80% of the time to a T. I plan, and this, like I said, it works for me. So if this works for you, generally, great. 80% of the time, I like to follow strict exactly what I've planned through the entire day. So there's 2 ways that I can do this. 80% of the time, like through the week, I like to follow exactly to the T. This is more or less I do it to the week because I don't like to deviate during the day, like each day. So 80% of the time, I'm exactly what I plan to eat. Like fits right into, I like to kind of macro target. I don't have to write my meals out anymore because I've done it for so long. So I mean, you could put a plate of food in front of me and I could probably tell you down to like within a 10 gram scale of what the macro breakdown of it is. But what I plan to eat for the day is based off of what I've trained to do, how I've slept, how I've worked out, and all these different things, and even what I'm going to do tomorrow. But that's another vlog. So 80% of the time, so usually all week, I follow exactly what I'm going to do, and then my 20%, I socially eat what I want. So like tonight was my pizza night. But I actually didn't have it last week. Or it was 2 weeks ago was my last like pizza night. Oh. So those are my 5 quick little tips, and I'll put them in the comments in the description of this YouTube clip. And again, it's just something that you can maintain. Eat to fuel your body. Be aware of the quality of your food. Don't punish yourself if you made a mistake. And make sure you give yourself some little leadway for socially yummy treats here and there. Okay? Thanks. See you guys later.